but you do see some panel replacement work on I-5 in late September. And I
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Kent City Council meeting for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. If you could all please rise and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, can you please call the roll?
Mayor Ralph.
Here.
Council President Corr.
Here.
Councilmember Boyce.
Here.
Councilmember Boyd.
Here.
Councilmember Fincher.
Here.
Councilmember Larmer.
Here.
Councilmember Michaud.
Here.
And Councilmember Troutner.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes?
No changes from staff.
All right, seeing none, a motion would be in order to approve the agenda as published.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries and agenda stands as published. We will move on onto public communications. The first item we have this evening is a proclamation for National Night Out. And if I could ask Stacy Judd from our Community Education Division to join us up here, I'm going to go ahead and read the proclamation, and then I'll ask you to give us all the great details on National Night Out. All right, so the proclamation says, whereas the National Association of Town Watch is sponsoring a unique nationwide crime and drug prevention program on August 5th, 2025, called National Night Out. And whereas the City of Kent plays a vital role in assisting our police department through joint crime and drug prevention efforts across the city and is supporting National Night Out locally, and whereas it is important that all residents of the City of Kent know the value of crime prevention programs and the impact that citizen participation can have on reducing crime and creating a safe and vibrant community. And whereas the National Night Out provides an opportunity for community to come together as neighbors for an evening of celebration and fun that will strengthen our bonds and unify us in our goal of creating a strong community. Now, therefore, I, Dana Ralph, Mayor of Kent, do hereby proclaim August 5th, 2025 as National Night Out in the City of Kent and encourage all residents, neighborhoods, and communities to participate in the city's crime prevention efforts to more tightly weave the fabric of the community and strengthen community spirit.
Thank you.
I'm going to come down. We're going to take a picture. I do not have the official proclamation, so we will get that to you. I know how to find you, but let's do a picture so we can advertise.
That sounds good. I have the shirt on, so it's perfect.
I feel like this should be a council one because this is a whole council activity.
Want us to come down?
Yeah.
Let's come down. Yeah.
It makes it less awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, English.
Perfect. And don't be shy. Come on. All right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please.
I like the first picture better. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for the proclamation. We really appreciate the support that we get from all of you for our National Night Out. I'll explain a little bit about the way we do it. So we have individual neighborhoods register their neighborhood for a National Night Out event. And they kind of tell us a little bit about what their neighborhood is like, how many kids do they have, do they have any special requests, any visitors, police, fire, the mayor, the chief. So we get all kinds of requests that we try to match the best we can. There's several of us that meet in a room, and we have a list of all the visitors that attend from the city. So we have different departments represented: parks, public works, mayor, council, police, fire, all throughout the city. So it's really fun to get everybody together to do this. And so then we form teams made up of the different departments, and then they visit they're usually assigned about 3 to 4 events. And so then they spend the evening going out and visiting all these different events. As the mayor mentioned, it is on Tuesday, August 5th. It's always the first Tuesday of the month. And so it's really an exciting time for us to be able to put this together for our city. And so, and it is fun. We have big water slides. Assistant Chief Kasner, I believe, went down in his uniform last year, if I'm not wrong.
I feel like I may have gotten to that neighborhood right after the slide happened.
That was definitely a highlight. Some of them do food trucks, all kinds of things. So it's actually all about just getting to know your neighbors and getting to know the people that work in your city and building partnerships. So it's pretty amazing night. Right now we have 42 events registered. Registration closes the end of July. And so we will get, I'm guessing, 20, 30 more. So we usually go between 60 and 80 events. So we're looking forward to it. And if you notice something about my shirt, it is not gray. So I've been doing this for 24 years and they've always been gray. So Sarah Halstead, my coworker, and I put this on together, and we were very excited to find blue this year. So yes, I know, we were like, it's a different color of all things, but yeah. So we're looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much. Definitely encourage our residents to sign their neighborhood up. It is a very fun night. Council meets at 5 o'clock on that night just so that we can get the business done and then get out and be a part of all of these events. So thank you for all the work that goes into it. It really is a very important night for our city.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Good. Thank you. All right. The next item on our agenda is community events. Council President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have events happening at Assessor Shower Center. The Seattle T-Birds, Thunderbirds 2025-2026 home game schedule is now available, and the tickets go on sale on August 27th at 10 a.m. So if you're a hockey lover, that is happening. It's actually great to visit those hockey games with your kids and family, and always fun when my toddler goes home and tries to imitate the behavior.
There's a particular phrase.
Yes. But they're always fun and exciting. On July 17, Cody Jinks Hippies and Cowboys Tour. August 17 is Pacific Cascade Mustang Club All Ford Show. And August 24 is Lo Tigre de Norte. And September 14 is Badshah, one of the biggest Bollywood stars, coming here for a concert. So those tickets are available on assessorshowercenter.com. And I also want to remind our community that there's a farmers market that happens on Saturdays, July 19 through September 13 at Town Square Plaza between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they do take EBT SNAP for fresh produce. And on July 19, they have a special Youth Day celebration. They'll have fun activities, live music, and lots more. And so please do visit that. There's fresh produce and activities for our children and adults and everyone. So with that, back to you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. So tonight at Shower, looping in with you said that we're having a Bollywood performer coming to Shower Center tonight is a variety of metal bands. The first one is a Ukrainian metal band. The second one is an Indian metal band, and I did not know that that was even a thing. And then a Japanese metal band. So lots of fun things happening at Shower Center. So definitely want to check it out. All right, I've got Councilmember Show, and then we'll follow up with Councilmember Fincher.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My husband and son are at that baby metal concert tonight, so they're very excited about that. We have a Green Kent event this Saturday at Morro Meadows at 9 a.m. You can sign up for that online. And then this Friday is the Springwood Park Grand reopening at 11:30 at Springwood Park.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Fincher.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On this Friday, we have a mini recycling event at Riverview Community Church. I also want to remind people that the gallery, the art gallery over at Centennial Building is open and ready for everyone to come through and enjoy the beautiful art that's there. And for the last thing, remember our concert series. The summer concerts, Thursdays nights and Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evenings. So free, all of that is free for you to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are going to move on now to our public safety report, and joining us this evening is Deputy Chief Stansfield.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm here, Deputy Chief Matt Stansfield, here to give you your public safety report this evening. For our public safety report, focusing on two big events, but we're going to combine them in the swearing in of two of our new officers. So if I could have Officer Nahid Hashimi and Officer Clayton Walls please come up. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, and then we're going to get them sworn in. I guess just stand right up there. Okay, so Officer Nahid Shahimi was born in Iran and grew up in Vancouver, BC. She also went to college there at Simon Fraser University. My dad went there, where she obtained a bachelor's degree in criminology. Prior to becoming a police officer, she worked in retail and was also a certified master esthetician. Officer Hashimi moved to the Seattle area in mid-2023 with her husband. Officer Hashimi chose Kent because she really values the department's culture. She also has a personal connection to the Afghan community. And being able to speak the language allows her to better serve and support the Afghan community here in Kent. Some interesting facts about Officer Hashimi include that she has her first Dan in Taekwondo. I believe a Dan is like a belt. And she enjoys hiking and biking in her free time. Officer Hashimi, who do you have with you here tonight? Thank you for coming. Okay. Next person I'd like to introduce everybody to is Officer Clayton Walls. Officer Clayton Walls grew up in Auburn, living in both Lake Tapps and Lee Hill areas. He went to Auburn Mountain View High School as well as Green River College, where he obtained an associate's degree. Before KPD, he worked for a couple different wine and spirits distributors before moving over to Fish and Wildlife, where he worked in hatcheries, including Seuss Creek, which is here local, for a couple of years before applying to become a police officer. Officer Walls says he chose Kent for a multitude of reasons, but the biggest ones being it was a community that he grew up around, spending his summers riding his bike in the area and going to Kent Station with friends to see movies. He also chose Kent because of how passionate everyone is about the work we do and the experience that he will get here, as he knows Kent is a busy place and officers are exposed to a wide range of calls. Something interesting about Officer Walls, he's a huge history nerd. Those are his words, not mine. Specifically about the building of railroads and both world wars. So Officer Walls, who do you have here with you tonight?
Tonight I have my father Tim, my mom Wendy, and my sister Shelby.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming, seeing this. So, Mayor Ralph, if you want to do the honors.
Always one of my favorite parts of the job. So, we are going to make this officially official. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Clayton Walls,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the United States of America,
to the United States of America,
the state of Washington,
the state of Washington,
and the city of Kent.
and the city of Kent,
That I will uphold the Constitution
that I will uphold the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the state of Washington.
and the state of Washington,
And that I will obey the rules and regulations
that I will obey the rules and regulations
of the Kent Police Department.
of the Kent Police Department.
That's it. Congratulations. We'll get the chief to sign these, and we'll also do copies. So. That's the other test, is making sure that you sign the right one.
All right, so barring your questions, that concludes my report for this evening.
All right. Any questions for the Deputy Chief? All right, thank you so much. All right, we are going to move on to the next item on the agenda, which is reports. Each one of the council members, not only do they serve here for the council meetings that are several times a month, but they also represent the City of Kent on regional boards and committees, which ensures that the voice of our residents and our businesses are present in conversations that are setting policy at the county and the state level. So very, very grateful for that involvement. I am going to start with reports. I've got just a couple of really quick items this evening. The first one, last week I had an opportunity to attend the second King County Metro Transit Safety Task Force. So if you remember, tragically last year there was a Metro bus driver that was murdered on duty. Sometimes it takes those very tragic events to catalyze change, and I have to say I'm very proud of the county for convening a countywide task force to talk about what transit safety looks like, both for the transit operators and riders, and then businesses and residents that surround transit stops. So work is being done on that front. Metro is making investments in safety upgrades for buses so that the operators are enclosed and have a variety of supports there. They're working on staffing up the sheriff's deputies that help respond. So when the bus drivers call, they've got somebody there to respond. They're working on also community supports, making sure that people that are in crisis that are on transit are connected to services. So there's a lot of really good work going on. Chief Padilla provided some remarks at that event about how cities are partnering with King County Metro. So there's jurisdictional issues and who responds to what locations and those kind of things, but really trying to overcome those logistics and make sure that the reality is that our bus stops, train stops, and everyone that's using transit is safe. So there is actual really good progress being made on that front. The other thing that I'd like to report out on, and I know is at the top of mind for a lot of people, as you are aware, Republic Services hasn't picked up trash in the city of Kent and in many other cities across the county since last Wednesday. So last Tuesday was the last pickup. There is a strike that is happening in Boston, and our Teamsters here are on a sympathy strike for Boston. So the complication is that means that cities like Kent and Renton don't have the kind of leverage we would have if it were our contract. Working with Republic Services every single day, checking in with them, checking in with the Teamsters, trying to find ways to get trash service going again, but it really is originated out of this labor dispute that's in Boston. What I do want to let everyone know is starting tomorrow through Friday at Accesso Shower Center, right down here in the Kent Valley, our single-family residential customers can bring bagged trash and drop it off at Shower Center from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Republic will have dumpsters on site as well as employees to take that trash. We know that their trash is overflowing, and we are all aware of that. Every single one of us up here is having that same exact problem. I've actually gotten quite a few emails from people saying, do you understand? I'm like, every single one of us, we're all in the same boat. So know that the city is doing what we can within our contract to work with Republic, want this labor negotiation to settle out and get resolved so we can get back to trash service. But in the meantime, that is the accommodation that we've been able to work out with Republic, and that's trash pickup. You can bring your trash to Shower Center Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week from 7 to 3. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our Chief Administrative Officer, Pat Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I am going to pass on comments and refer the council to the CAO report, which is in the council packet tonight.
Right.
Thank you.
Council President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Earlier this evening, we had a council workshop, a very informative council workshop on community court. We had Judge Franz here, and he gave a very insightful presentation on Community Court, how they're getting about, every month they're getting about 70 on average individuals participating. So it's been very successful. They help these individuals get resources and get them connected with support services to get them back on track. So it was, that presentation is available on our Kent TV 21 or on our Facebook page. We also had a great presentation on our Kent GIS system, so that is also available. With that, I serve on Puget Sound Regional Council's Growth Management Policy Board, and we had our meeting 2 weeks ago, right after our council meeting, and we recommended certification for comprehensive plans for cities, county, King County, Snohomish County, and our neighbors here, City of Auburn. More of that meeting will be in our council report that goes out tomorrow. I also chair Puget Sound Clean Air Agency Advisory Council, and that report will also be part of the council newsletter that goes out, including all the events I have attended since the last council meeting. So I will keep that short. Again, plugging in, if you don't already subscribe to council newsletter, you can do that on our city's website. With that, I'm going to start with Councilmember Troutner.
Thank you, Madam President. I am chair of the Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority Governance Board. We have a meeting tomorrow evening. I am also on the Regional Transit Committee, and we meet tomorrow afternoon. And Madam President, that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Michaud.
Thank you, Madam President. I serve as the Park and Rec Subject Matter Chair, and I just remind everyone that July is Park and Rec Month, and so there are a number of activities going on, and those are listed in my council report. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Michaud. Councilmember Larmer.
Thank you, Council President. So I'm the subject matter chair for Economic and Community Development, and we did not have any new information this evening. And then regionally, I sit on the King County Aging and Disabilities Advisory Council, and we had a presentation last Friday from the Puget Sound Regional Puget Sound Regional Council on their transportation plan. So much like we do, every 4 years they do a transportation planning cycle. This is part of their community outreach. So really, it was a lot of, seeking our input and our interests and needs. So not a lot to bring back to, from them to us, but it was a great opportunity to once again advocate for our residents, advocate for our needs for those east-west connections. We've got lots of great north-south transit coming, but, it's establishing those east-west connectors to help get our residents from the valley, from the hills into the valley to work or shopping or so forth. So, I feel like we had their ear because it was a small group. So definitely made that plug again. So,
as the chair of the Transportation Policy Board that's creating that plan, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you, Councilmember Larmer. Councilmember Boyce.
Thank you, Madam President. I sit on the PIC committee, which is Public Issue Committee, which is part of SCA. Let's see here. We talked a lot about the defense caseload. We also looked at Kent letter. So we as PIT in the process are going to be putting a letter together. We're going to probably use Kent letter as a guidepost. Everybody seemed to like it. A lot of conversation around it, and not one of the members of the city really like what's going on because it's going to be impact to their city and so on. So we as PIT going to put a letter together and see what happened with that. Also, there's a criminal justice tax, 0.1%, that has been approved by the county fiscal committee as well. I think the county council might have approved it already too. So that's another tax coming your way. So 0.1%. And then also we're looking at attendance protocol. Our attendants have been sometime waiting to get a quorum before we get going, right? So we'll be looking at just our protocol around attendance. And then we got the dues going to be coming up. We're looking at those. So we, in our budget, that's something we need to probably talk about is the due. And also, as I think, our meetings, we are really going to try to kind of re-energize our meeting because I think, We had quite a few leaders, and I think it's really haven't quite been the same. So I think Robert, our new leader, has some good ideas on what we can do to try to be more proactive. Here lately, we've been reactive. Things happen, and we're trying to get out behind it. So now we're going to try to be proactive on regional type stuff and make sure that Pitt go back the way it used to be, and they really have a real voice. So I'm excited about that because I lost my energy around it, but I'm glad to see that we're going to go back to where it should be. So, and that's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilmember Boyce. Councilmember Boyd.
Thank you, Madam President. I sit on the local hazardous waste management program, and today we had our meeting, and we were talking about this project we got called Photo Voice. Photo Voice is a qualitative art-based methodological framework that uses the CBPR, which we are trying to connect the power of photography with the social action. What this program is doing is we send people out with cameras, and for those who need cameras, we apply them cameras, and those, some people already have cameras. What they do, they take pictures of areas in their cities that shows signs of where hazardous waste materials could be confined or basically eliminated. And that this way is, we're having a greater outreach to people who don't like communicating with authorities. We reach out to BIPOC communities. We're people who, first of all, they don't like talking to, administrators or what have you, government. So this is their way of communicating. They take the pictures and they put a little statement below the picture, and they'll submit the picture to us, and this way we can address the issues. And then they'll list where the problem is and what community they live in. And also, not only do they take pictures of places where hazardous waste is being located, but they take pictures of areas of things that are inspiring, like fruit stands, healthy foods, and places where to buy clean materials like different soap, different detergents and deodorants and fabrics, and it's just all not about hazardous waste. And I think it's a good program, and we're looking forward to expanding this program all the way across the state of Washington. But right now, it's fulfilling right now, and we're reaching a lot of people, and that's the end of my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Thank you, Councilmember Boyd. Councilmember Fincher.
Thank you, Council President. I'm in Spokane at the Washington Traffic Safety Summit. My full report will be online tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much.
Everything I've done is there. Thanks.
Thank you. As you can see, Madam President, our seat at the table, we all have a seat at the table because it's important for us to bring those resources back to our community and making sure our voice is heard regionally. So, and our council is very, very involved. With that, back to you.
Thank you so much. Item number 6 on our agenda is a public hearing. We do not have one this evening, so that brings us down to public comment. Public comment period is the opportunity to speak to the council and mayor on issues that relate to the city of Kent or the agenda items council will consider. This is not an open public forum, and comments that do not relate to the business of the city of Kent are not permitted. Additionally, the state of Washington strictly prohibits people from using public comment opportunity for political campaign purposes, including support or opposition of a ballot measure or any candidate for public office. Speakers may not give political campaign speeches, but must instead speak concerning the matter of the city council's agenda or matters concerning the general business of the city. Furthermore, in providing public comment, speakers must address the mayor and the council as a whole. Remarks intended to target or disparage an individual on the dais are not permitted. And do note that this is an opportunity to provide the mayor and the council with input, and council is not able to answer questions during this time. We do have a 3-minute timer, which will be up on the screen. And once the clerk calls your name, if you could come up to the podium, state your name and city of residence for the record, we'll go ahead and start the timer.
Our first speaker is Eileen McComb.
Good evening. I'm Eileen McComb, and I work for Catholic Community Services, and we have a program here in Kent. I'm the Director of Supportive Housing for our Coordinated Care Agency, also known as CCA, which operates Thea Bowman Apartments, which is located at 23920 32nd Avenue South. It's a permanent supportive housing program for chronically homeless single adults and veterans. In February, our leadership team at CCA and the Thea Bowman staff met with Mayor Ralph and other city officials to discuss the high volume of 911 calls for activity in and around Thea Bowman Apartments. And I'm here today to provide an update since that meeting and to commend this Kent Police Department for their partnership. The Thea Bowman leadership team meets monthly with Kent Police, first led by Officer Barry and now led by Officer Cortines, to discuss challenges in our neighborhood and develop safety measures to decrease criminal activities and 911 calls. At these meetings, the police have provided us with information about call volume and suggestions on how to improve safety at the building. In addition to enacting the no trespass ordinance, we have improved exterior lighting on the building and will soon be installing a security fence to deter vehicular loitering and other nefarious activities in our parking lot. We have relocated seating for our residents to inside the building and invited community partners to offer outreach and engagement activities to residents in our gathering spaces at Thea. In our monthly analysis of call volume, we are trending toward fewer calls to issues inside the building, with the goal of having fewer calls to the neighborhood overall. Our collaboration meeting we were planning to have today with the police was rescheduled for later this month, so I was hoping to have fresh data for you today. And I plan to come back to a future meeting to show you those trends and show you how we're working together to make fewer calls or have fewer calls to our property. And see a lower volume. What I can share is that the increase in police-initiated patrols have had a really positive impact on addressing suspected illegal activity in the undeveloped lot across the street and in an encampment that's grown behind the green space behind our parking lot, and for that police response has been tremendously appreciated by not only the staff but the residents who live at Thea Bowman as well. So I thank you for the opportunity to share about this collaboration, and we will continue to find ways to work with the police to create a safer community for all.
Great. Thank you for the update. Really appreciate that.
Todd Sherman.
So Mayor and City Council representatives, my name is Todd Sherman. I'm the Program Director at Thea Bowman. I'm also a resident of Kent. So Thea Bowman has 69 studio and 11 one-bedroom apartments. 35 of those units are set aside for military veterans who are homeless or chronically homeless at the time of their application. The other 45 units are for individuals who were disabled and chronically homeless, and 62 are under at the time of application. Since the end of September of 2023, when I began working at Thea Bowman, we've served over 104 residents. During the same time period, we've had 9 residents who have passed away in a home instead of on the street. We've had 10 people move to either a higher level of care, independent housing, or a different permanent supportive housing community, and another 2 people who moved home with family and friends. We even had 1 resident who used an inheritance to buy a house out of state. Thea Bowman has 24/7 staff and 24/7 management on-call support. We have at least 1 community fun event, typically involving a meal, and 1 community meeting a month. We try to celebrate each and every holiday. On average, we have at least 75 to 80% of our residents that make it to every community fun event, and there's usually a good amount of food to be served, and at least 25 to 33% of our residents attend monthly community meetings. At Thea Bowman, we serve vulnerable adults. We have a large number of residents who use walkers, wheelchairs, and canes. As part of our caring community, we have case managers, nurses, or doctors that provide services on site from the VA, from HealthPoint, from our own Catholic Community Services mental health team. We have peer supports, nurses, and case managers from DSC's mobile response team that are here weekly, sometimes every other day. In fact, almost 10% of our residents have a caregiver from Full Life or Catholic Community Services or another agency, as without them, they couldn't keep their apartment clean or they couldn't live alone. To highlight one long-term partner agency, Health Point, just from January to June of 2025, there were 177 visits conducted by the nurse at Thea Bowman. The nurse cared for 53 individual clients. 26 clients were successfully connected to medical care beyond what the nurse could provide. 2 were connected to mental health services, and 11 clients enrolled in substance abuse disorder treatment. In short, Thea Bowman is more than a building. It is a community. It is a place for hope, support, and dignity. It is a place for people who have suffered to receive care and help and to feel the comfort of home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Byrd?
Hi, Mrs. Ralph. We met at Waco. I didn't know you were there. God is good. As an American citizen, I have not been able to get any assistance. I think I spoke to you about the home.
Ma'am, could you start and give us your name and city of residence for the record?
Well, you act like I'm supposed to know. I don't even know what I'm doing. But
Nope,
what am I
that's
supposed to do up
that's
here?
why I asked.
What am I supposed to do now?
I just need you to say your name and the city of residence so that we've got it on the record.
I am Mrs. Corlanda Felicia Hayes Byrd, and I have been unhoused in every city and every state just about. I don't know how to address that, so I'm
That's
just
perfectly fine.
I'm a homeless American.
That's perfectly, and we'll go ahead and restart the timer for you, so you've got 3 minutes, okay?
So anyways, I've been getting a lot of all that paperwork and stuff, and I have many in my car with a lot of wasted paperwork on programs that doesn't fit my need as a homeless, unhoused person. I don't have drug problems, mental problems, and some of the issues that most of these many programs offer. I would like to try to see how I can be a part of it, trying to see if I can get someone to help support a home that I can be able to help anyone in here if you become unhoused, that you don't have to be traumatized like I have since I've been on this homeless crisis. My homelessness is due to my husband dying, losing 6 jobs and surgeries. And I think you and I spoke in Winco about it. A lot of the places that I am also, that I'm experiencing, not trying to be doing anything, there are all these programs. I even try to get help with these people who are offering programs for these individuals where again, am not being the right fit. Instead, I'm being abused and targeted even in the communities with banking and schools and educations and stuff with a lot of police calls and stay away orders. I have been burned. I have almost passed away in surgeries behind a lot of stuff that's happening. And what I'm saying is that we all need to get back in touch with God's laws and ordinances, find out what American laws and rules and regulations, being re-educated and learning what it takes to be an American. Then we have to find out and read out what these courses are teaching, because the people that I've been targeted from and has abused me on my job, almost died in my surgeries, are people who are not exercising American values, and they're not doctors. I have paperwork in my car to prove that. I got hundreds and thousands of stay-away orders. I also am in court behind some of the people who was also acting like they didn't understand English, wouldn't give me paperwork in federal ways, why I'm still here in this beautiful city of Kent. My attorney is in Kent, but the situation happened in Federal Way. And I was so honored to meet your beautiful self, and you was a little booger because I didn't know you were mayor. And we talked for a long time, and I really value your compassion and hoping that we can restructure some of these things and all of us getting to be reintroduced what it means to follow God's laws and ordinances, that all these seats that you guys are in were founded under. We need to find out what American is talking about when it comes to citizenships and all these things, and we need to bring safer communities. I'm asking someone to help me to get a home that if any of you can turn around and you lose your jobs and your position, I can love and care for you the best that I can and cook and clean and help you to stay. I'm traumatized, Mrs. Ralph. I want to get rid of all the evidence in my car from being hacked online with all my stuff. My show is called You Gotta Love Felicia, and I have been to Google and Apple and Facebook, so technology is an enemy to me. We need pen and paper and people still. We still need to have a choice between the two till we get cybersecurity. I can be cybersecurity and I can show everybody we're in Africa having fun while we know we're in city council meeting. I need help. And I think I met a lot of you beautiful people and didn't know you guys was on the seat. You, all of you. Other than that, you little boogers helped me get on back in shape.
So we have your contact information, and I know that.
I don't have any, Mrs. Dana. So that's why I come to you. I've also tried to get meetings to sit with any of you that can help me to reduce the papers. The reason why I hold on to everything, because I wanted to show all of you, as an American, I complied, I follow, and the doors are shut.
Right. So I will work to get you connected with our Human Services Division, and we'll get going on that in the morning, okay?
And I want to cook. I want to get out here and have my little booth or whatever and cook. I don't want to be with y'all chambers. Y'all, that's for y'all. I want to cook for you. I want to see you smiling and dancing and having fun. That's all Felicia want to talk about. Other than that, y'all better get it right, because God is coming. And if it stays like this, we don't need government. And I hate that it would have to go away, but I rather deal with good or ugly, not the middle.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Can you or anyone make an appointment that I can come in and talk, because I'm ready to get out of my car? It's been 4 years. None of the programs have housing for normal people, and it's hurtful. But I got a lot of information to show you that no program is fitting me. Now, if y'all want me to be on drugs and alcohol and the criminal, I got something in mind, but that's not what I want. I want affordable housing.
So we will work on getting you we'll work on getting you connected with our human services. Thank you. All right. Do we have anybody?
We have one more. Okay. Logan Evans.
I love that dress. Oh, just let me know when to go.
Go right ahead.
All right. Hey, everyone. Logan Evans. So I think housing is really key, but actually I'm here to speak on what everyone else has been talking about, which is safety and public ordinances. So the 4th of July at Lake Meridian was an incredible event, incredibly well done, and something that was so impressive was the police presence. So for the first time in a very long time, Lake Meridian was actually a safe place after 5 p.m. with a large crowd of people. And really, this is just proof of the concept of having security presence, because it didn't matter how many people were there, even if it was, 6 times, 8 times larger than the normal population of Lake Meridian, because with that small presence, it was completely safe. A lot of people at Lake Meridian, if you ask basically anyone there, they want that plainclothes police officer presence there in the evenings. Again, when you had 60 youths together, and a fight broke out, it was immediately solved by police who were there. And then the fight calmed down, no one was hurt, everyone was able to get on with the rest of the evening without a single other occurrence. So again, this is just something I think that would really bring safety and prosperity to Lake Meridian and allow more people to be there all the time and feel safe being there at any time of day. So again, just really well done. It'd be wonderful to have that expanded police presence, not just in the downtown area, having that bike patrol, but having these officers at these parks. So again, thank you all for having such a well done event. Just extending it across the year would be wonderful. This kind of feeds into other things. The parks are being, in a way, they're not being fully used to their capacity. The unlicensed pop-up fruit vendors at Lake Meridian are a great testament to this. They're actually serving a desire. People want a presence, they want food, they want other options, Seattle Dogs coffee, etc. But what it turns out is that the legal process for permitting and setting up these sites is so rigorous that the licensed vendors don't want to go there. They, for some reason or other, aren't allowed to set up a quick pop-up tent. They have to go in through food trucks, etc. But the unlicensed people are happy just to pull up in a car and set up. So maybe having that kind of reformed, efficient, easygoing system would allow people at the lake to enjoy these vendors that they want to have present. A kind of balance, right, between the unlicensed pop-up and then the too oppressive system that basically deters people from setting up as vendors. Really, that's all to say there. Although I guess I should add that in addition, the Springwood Park, wonderful rebuilding, but again, park's not being used to their full capacity. There's exactly one normal swing set at that park. And I heard a lot of kids complaining that they aren't able to use the swings because, again, there's only one normal swing set for the 95% able-bodied hundreds of kids who live around the area. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. That brings us to the end of public comment. Moving on to the consent calendar. The consent calendar is a compilation of items that the council has deliberated on at both Committee of the Whole and workshop. These items have been passed out of Committee of the Whole without controversy. This evening, we have items A through H. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent calendar passes. Item number 9 is other business. We do not have any this evening. Item 10 is bids. We do not have any bids. And 11 is executive session, and we do not have an executive session either. So that brings us down to the bottom of our agenda. I want to thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. And with that, we are adjourned.
The operational costs are about $75 million a year, which brings the cost per ton in 2040 dollars up to about $230 per ton. These are really difficult to site and permit. As you can imagine, folks don't usually want a waste incinerator in their backyard. The life cycle analysis, so what we did basically what the consultant did again, for the environmental factors is do a life cycle analysis